Hey, this is Nathan Buffa.
And Rick King for TheGamersHub.net.
And we're here to unbox the PlayStation Dualshock 4 wireless controller. So let's get into this, Rick. You'll do the honors.
Sure.
There's tape on the sides.
Of course there is. So, there's a lot of differences from this control from the previous 6-axis and DualShock and DualShock and PS2 and all the way back to the PS1. This controller has been the same for a very long time. Until now, the PS4 definitely takes some big steps towards kind of reinventing the control altogether. So, right off the bat, one thing that everybody already knows about is this touchpad on top, which is, it clicks in a couple different directions. So, to the best of my knowledge, I don't know what games actually that interacts with or what purpose it's going to have. Anything that you notice right away here?
Well, obviously this big light, that's the motion sensor bar. You're going to be seeing this. This is also going to light up different colors depending on what player you are. Universal outlet, you said?
Right, so that's the same outlet plug that you have universal for cell phones now. Everything that's not, the iPhone. Going from the USB 2.0 that it was before. So now, basically, if you have a universal phone charger, you can actually charge your control right off it. So instead of the old thing of only being able to charge your controllers while the PlayStation is on or having to buy an external charger, now your PlayStation controllers get to be in the rotation with the rest of your cell phones. So,
also, these top buttons feel completely redone. It feels so much more comfortable. The D-pad, solid as ever. We also got this little speaker right here. You can't talk into this, but during certain games, they're actually going to be, able to play out some sound effects. I heard Killzone's going to have some stuff to do in game that's going to speak to you. Classic triangle, square, circle, X buttons.
Now with those buttons are actually no longer pressure sensitive. They're digital. So they just click in. Other than really a couple of racing games, nobody really took advantage of the pressure sensitivity anyway for, braking in gas. Nobody really took advantage of it in any other game, so they are now digital. The cross itself is actually a lot smaller, I think. And even though it looks like it's the same old PlayStation controller, to me, when I hold it, it's a completely different shape, a completely different feel. The buttons are actually in just a slightly different location compared to your hands. It has a completely different feel than the previous PlayStation controls, in my opinion.
Instead of having the start and select down here, you now have a share and options. The share obviously is to upload videos and stuff like that. Another big thing too that a lot of people might like is this grip. It has padding here. Well, not padding, but it has a grip around the handles. A lot of people, their hands sweat while they're playing. Could get uncomfortable while playing controller. You gotta wipe off your hands. This makes it less messy. Another thing you have down here now is a headphone jack, which you can actually plug into, and a mic. You can talk through a mic and everything like that. And this, I guess, also goes with the headset.
Yeah, the extension in the headset, it's going to be a piece that plugs into both of them. So it'll plug in, and it'll be kind of a wider piece that takes up both spaces, so you have your headphones and your microphone capability. Another thing, the sticks actually. So the sticks classically are domed, and they kind of have this grippy feeling to them that kind of wear holes in your thumbs basically over a long period of time. These have a little indentation to them. It actually gives you a little better grip, and they're made of a different material, so they still have that grip, but they're not as coarse, and they don't feel like they're going to make your thumbs as raw in the long run as the classic PlayStation controllers do.
It's nice too because it has a better dip in these, Rick. You know how normally you'd wear it down, it'd start to get really soft and your fingers could slide off, especially when you're playing Call of Duty and stuff like that. That's not terrible. Well, at least that happened to me, but I'm also terrible at Call of Duties. Yeah. This seems like it might be a lot better because your fingers fit right in there, right in the grooves. You got a lot of traction right there. It's just, and they feel so solid, so tight. They don't feel loose at all. They feel perfect, and R3 and L3 still there. No worries about that. Altogether, this is a solid controller. It feels perfect. I mean, there's no complaints with this controller.
feels very comfortable. The cross actually comes a little bit closer together in the middle now, so putting in your Street Fighter inputs, your quarter circles and half circles, feels more comfortable. It kind of rolls a little easier. It's like I said, I mean, I really can't emphasize enough that even though, from first viewing when the controller was shown online and everybody was able to see it, it really did just kind of look like the next PlayStation control. When you hold it in your hands, you'll definitely see even the shoulder buttons, are a little rounded and they curve out a little bit. As they curve out, it kind of like wraps around your finger. The top shoulder buttons are even rounded. Everything about it is really just reinvented. Feels completely different. I can't emphasize that enough. It feels like it's smaller, feels like it's lighter, it's more comfortable. It's definitely, I think, a step in the right direction.
These are out now. You can purchase these. If you like this video, please click like. If you want to subscribe to us, subscribe. We're, the GamersHub will give you the latest news. I'm Nathan Bufa.
And I'm Rick King for TheGamersHub.net.
Thanks a lot, guys.